Askreddit.
What's the strangest thing you've ever been caught doing? When I bought my first pair of night vision goggles, I had them delivered to the TV station I worked at, not trusting my neighbors to leave my crap alone. So, I took a break and tried them out in the only truly dark room I could find, the men's room. A coworker came in, flicked on the lights, and was startled to find me in the middle of the room blinded by the sudden flash of normal light, brushing my teeth in the pitch dark with night vision goggles. I had to go talk to HR about it. He was freaked out. Running in on all fours up the stairs in underwear, didn't realize my best friend had already come over, and I ran into him at dick level. As a pet sitter, sometimes you get lonely when the majority of your interactions are with animals. So, to combat this, I sometimes pretend to be the inner voice of whatever dog I'm walking, responding out loud to whatever they're sniffing or whatever grabs their attention. Each dog has her own weird voice as well. More than once people have walked around a corner to hear me doing this. One morning I woke up strangely early, around 5 or 6, without an alarm. I was bored and proceeded to lift up my top mattress, and just lay between the bottom and top ones. Mom walked in, extremely confused. I couldn't really explain. I didn't know what I was doing myself. She asked if I needed help. This isn't me, but this story is so weird. My grandma was once caught by a UPS delivery guy in the process of biting her toenails. She was in the sunroom with the screen door open, and the guy walked up to the door and witnessed that. R.I.P. Granny, you widow. When I was around 10 years old, I was getting curious about sex, so I decided to look it up in the dictionary. Wouldn't you know it, my ultra-conservative mother walks in the room, so I try to play it off like I was looking up the Haida Native American tribe. She called me out for being in the S's, but I doubled down and pretended I was possibly dyslexic. What a tangled web I wove. Had a co-worker that was working at a customer site. He had a creepy little crush on one of the women that worked there, but it was apparently innocent enough that no one really cared. Until one day the woman came back from lunch and saw him pick up the cushion from her chair and sniff it. He was asked to leave. I was in standstill traffic, i.e. car had been turned off. People were loitering outside of their cars, and I had a baby squirrel that I was hand-rearing in my car. I fed it some puppy milk formula from a bottle, looked up and realized I had an audience of about 20 people gawking at me. Arguing with myself. Well, not myself. The actual person just wasn't there, so I was standing in the mirror, with animated facial expressions and gestures, lips moving, but with no sound. I now reserve these hypothetical arguments for the shower, when I am home alone. One time my girlfriend and I had just left the house. She then remembered she needed something and went back in. Now, our house was semi-detached with the neighbor's house. The neighbor's motorbike was kind of in our shared front yard. Since I was waiting for my girlfriend, I decided to sit on the motorbike. I heard the front door of the house close behind me. So, trying to be funny for my girlfriend, I leaned over the tank of the motorbike and started pretending to rev the throttle and making vroom motorbike noises. Like, really getting into it. I didn't hear any laughing, so I turned around and it was actually my neighbor standing there with this WTF look on his face. I was like 13 or 14 in my room alone, my window wide opened, when I started to wonder if I ever got kissed, what the other person would be seeing from their perspective. So I went up to my closet, which had those floor-length mirrors, and I started kissing the mirror, opening my eyes every once in a while to see if I looked at all attractive doing this. One of those times I opened my eyes, I saw my brother outside my wide open window through the mirror looking at me with such a confused look on his face. I screamed and fell to the floor and hid in my room for a while. P. Lee. In 3rd grade, I went to the bathroom, and thinking I was alone, put my hands against the wall, leaned forward, and let out a long gigantic fart. Afterwards I let out a nice big sigh of relief and pleasure. I turn around that some other kids had come in as I was releasing that massive fart. Did not look them in the eyes as I left. Edit. Just to clarify due to comments, it's not the fart that was strange. No matter how long it may have been. It's the hands against the wall, prepping my body to let it rip, and moaning ooh afterwards. I was once caught by an ex-girlfriend playing her cat like a banjo. I had both of Slushy's front paws in my hand and was strumming on his tummy. The cat was purring so loud it made her come in to see what was going on. It was a long awkward pause followed by "Are you playing my cat?" Walking across the road to the dumpster with a bag of trash. One arm pulled into my hoodie, flapping it like a wing, and slowly moving forward while going in circles. Saying to myself, flying in circles, realizing that I was not circling in the right direction for the wing I had and reversing to circle opposite-wise. Saying flying in circles the wrong way. Come back inside and find that my whole family had been watching me. I was playing VR chat with a skeleton skin on and I kept doing stupid dances that may or may not have involved a jerk-off motion. I heard my wife's voice from outside the headset go, "What the fuck?" I picked up a pizza, was super excited to eat it, so I put it in the passenger seat and said something along the lines of "I'm gonna take you home and fuck you up," hyping myself and the pizza up, of course. I then saw that my window, and the window of the next car was open. A woman watched and heard me talk dirty to a pizza. Another time I accidentally made eye contact with a woman while I was licking my lips after taking a sip of an Arizona tea, and she looked extremely offended by that. That was all in her head though. I'm still in denial. I was called in to assist my wife with putting together a friend's baby shower when her helper bailed at the last minute. My job was to prep the dirty diaper game, which, if you've not heard of it, is played like this. An assortment of name brand candy bars and chocolates are unwrapped and then mushed into a diaper so as to resemble a baby's dirty diaper. The game participants then assess the contents of each dirty diaper and have a guess at what candy bar might be lurking within. Whoever has the most correct answers wins. Now, seeing that I was called in at the last minute, I had to complete the task while at work. So there I was, in my office, 15 or so diapers laying open on my desk, sleeves rolled up, hurriedly rolling what appeared to be a gooey, nutty turd in my hands. When my boss walks in, we make eye contact. He glances at my work, looks at me as though I am dangerously unstable, then slowly steps back out of the office without saying a word. We've never spoken of it. In college, in lab, was coding to get double linked list to work. When my program worked, I hugged the monitor and kissed it. It's CRT monitor, so yeah, I'm old. Right at that moment janitor guy walks in and sees it all and has this puzzled look. Sitting on the floor of my kitchen with the lights turned off while making mac and cheese. It doesn't help that the roommate who caught me is the one who would always find me sitting on the floor eating animal crackers or cereal out of the box. One time my, then, girlfriend's mom caught me pissing in her kitchen sink when I was bombed out on Ambien. I had no recollection of it the next morning. Having an argument with my houseplants about their watering schedules. They had their own voices too. Giving the middle finger to an inanimate object. Sort of absent-mindedly blowing on a kettle to cool it down before pouring the water over the coffee. My wife thought that was pretty funny. I wanted to try to drink like a dog. I put a bowl on the floor and filled it with Fanta. My dad walked into my room where I was kneeling on the floor with my tongue in the bowl. He has never mentioned it since. Edit. So this kind of blew up. I'm literally so new to Reddit that I never expected this. I think I should clarify because so many people have assumed I am a girl. I'm glad so many people found this funny. It actually makes me really happy. Edit 2. Because so many people have asked me. I was 14 or so. Edit 3. It was normal orange Fanta. My sister asked why I kept texting so much and it's because I was responding to all of you. I told her about the question and she asked me, did you tell people about that time you were caught drinking like a dog? So apparently she knows about it, and has never mentioned it to me. I asked her how she knew that's what my answer was and she said she thinks about it all the time and it's the most bizarre thing I've ever done. I was trying to get my neck to crack because it was tight. I was turning it quick to the side and saying crack. Crack damn it as I was doing it for probably 10 seconds or so. To a bystander I was just making awkward head movements and professing my love for crack. In basic training, we got back to our bunks late. We're all exhausted and my body felt broken. Instead of taking a shower I decided to clean myself with baby wipes. Usually nobody is paying attention to you because they all have their own things to do, but someone watched me wipe my groin area under my pants and then proceed to stuff it in a drawer in my bed because I was too tired to get up and throw it away. The person watching me said, "WTF, are you saving that for later or something?"